What is up, my peoples? This is your cosmic homegirl, and I am doing a special video for Virgo season for my Patreon members. Thank you guys so much again for being Patreon members and supporting my astrology work that I am kind of rarely diving into these days. There's a lot of personal life stuff going on. As some of you guys know, I have in my natal chart the north node in the 10th and the south node in the 4th. So the constant cat and mouse between both areas of life is too motherfucking real. Okay, so forgive me if I have to step away from astrology for a little while to settle some things in the 4th house, which is your personal life, your family, your home life, your physical home that you live in, and all of that stuff. Okay. But I wanted to do a special video for you guys, and this is just briefly touching on your own personal season of the sickness. Okay. Meaning, the seasons that you may be more susceptible to illnesses based on your sign, and what you need to those time periods that you need to boost up your immunity, take really good extra care of your health, and so on. Okay. Season of the sickness, that's what I call it. I'm a West Coast girl for life, and I am a huge fan of West Coast hip hop and rap, gangster rap, and all of that. And that's actually the title of a Brother Lynch Hung album that I used to have on repeat back in the day. If any of you guys are familiar with that, of course, let me know. But anyway, so your own personal season of the sickness, when is it for you? And, how do we see that through astrology? So I just have this little generic wheel up here, you know what I'm saying? And I plan on making some more, like some classes actually on health and astrology in the future. So this is just going to be scratching the surface, you guys, of health and astrology. So what I would say the first thing to look at is very basic, right? If it helps if you know your rising sign, okay? Your rising sign is going to be this is going to be the most accurate according to your rising, period. Okay. So you're going to look at the seasons of your 6th house and your 12th house, meaning when planets are transiting through the sign that is on your 6th house cusp here, or your 12th house cusp here. Okay. Mainly the sun, of course. It's easiest to track the sun when the sun is in a certain sign, because that's when people's birthdays are and they're shouting themselves out and their sun sign out. Most people generally at least know that. Okay. But whatever sign is on the cusp here, you need to pay attention to that. Why? Well, we'll start with talking about the 6th house. The 6th house is a house of health, sickness, illness. This is all physical stuff, though. Physical world. It's a earth sign energy. The 6th house and the sign of Virgo, which is the 6th zodiac sign, they coincide with one another as far as what they represent, what they mean, what they rule. Okay, so the 6th house, yes, it is your physical health, your physical well-being. It's also illness. Like I said, it's habits, routines, your diet can be found here. The 6th house in general, it rules the intestines. Okay. And, they say a lot of your health can be found in your gut, like what you put in there, how everything moves through there and moves out, all of that stuff. So yeah, the 6th house is health. It's also, if you have any vices like, smoking or taking any type of medications, pills and all that, routine habits that you have of ingesting and inputting things into your body, that's also found in the 6th house. So the 12th house. The 12th house is more like mental and emotional health and stuff. However, the 12th house energy, it corresponds to Pisces energy, to Neptune energy. Neptune rules the sign of Pisces. So Neptune, 12th house, and Pisces, they all rule basically the same things. Okay. Now, as far as your 12th house and health, the 12th house it dissolves things. So it can dissolve your boundaries between yourself and microorganisms, bacteria. You know what I'm saying? And it can dissolve your vitality. It can diminish your ability to fight things off with your immune system. People fall ill all the time when they have 12th house transits, okay? And it can make you sleepy, it can make you tired, you know? So, whatever sign is on the cusp of your 12th house, you need to pay attention to when the sun and also other planets are moving through this 12th house, okay? So, like, for example, say it's the season of the sun being in your 12th house. You can, also the 12th house and Pisces, they're associated with, in particular in health, like sinuses and, liquids in the body. Neptune rules liquids, substances also. When you have the season of your 12th house, you can easily get a cold, like where you have a lot of congestion and stuff, for example. I see it all the time. I have kids. I'm a mom. So I know my kids' charts. I watch their transits very closely, and I have noticed, that they will catch a little cold or a virus or something when they have 12th house transits. I noticed that for myself and for other people as well. But yeah, it's like you can easily catch a cold, get have sinus issues, wake up all stuffed up, sneezing and all of that. This congestion in your throat and all of that, in the season of your 12th house. And like I said, it can dissolve your vitality, your energy levels, your immunity in general. So it's not just a cold, like whatever else is going around. You need to watch yourself when there's transits here, okay? Transits to your 6th house as well. Because, it can make you more health conscious. So it can actually do the opposite in your 6th house. It can make you more healthier if you are paying more attention during this period of like your diet, your exercise routines, what you're putting in your body. You're being more calculated with stuff. It can actually boost your health, But yes, you can fall ill when it's the season of your 6th house. I would say watch out for more like flu, food poisoning, anything that can affect your digestive system, your intestines and stuff like that when it's the season of your 6th house. That's just very, very general. So, another thing you want to look at is you want to look at what sign is on the house cusp and what that rules, what that sign rules, what part of the body it rules. So whatever sign you have here, like say for example, I'm a Scorpio rising. My 6th house cusp starts with Aries. Aries rules the head. Don't you know? Yes, ma'am. Yes, sir. Yes, indeed. Migraines and headaches and shit. Oh my gosh. Like, yes. I suffer from them badly. Okay. Like I can really get those crippling migraines where you curl up in a ball and all this stuff, but it all depends on what's going on. But Aries season, it gives me fucking headaches. Like I can't, man. I can't. Like it makes me angry and gives me headaches during Aries season. It sucks, right? If you have Taurus on the 6th house cusp, Taurus rules the throat. So you really need to take care of your throat during that time, your throat health. Drink a lot of tea, take spoons of honey, stuff like that. If you have Gemini on the 6th house cusp, Gemini rules the breathing, the respiratory system. So you could, and allergies, you can, if you are prone to allergies in general, during the seasons of your 12th and your 6th houses, you could be more susceptible to allergies aggravating you. But yeah, if you have a sign ruled by Mercury, Gemini, or Virgo on the 6th house cusp, during the season when there are planets transiting those signs, yeah, your allergies can be activated even worse. Okay. Sneezing everywhere, you gotta take hella Benadryl, and I know there's a lot more allergy meds. I used to be in a relationship with someone who had Gemini on the 6th house cusp. And yeah, I always had to buy some sort of allergy medicines. I can't remember the names now because that relationship is long gone. But yeah, I always had to buy those allergy medicines for him during his 6th house season, Gemini season. Yeah, you need to take care of your lungs extra during that time. You can be more susceptible to stuff like maybe like pneumonia. If you have asthma, maybe it can act up more, stuff like that. If you have Cancer on the 6th house cusp, Cancer rules the chest, but it's more like the physical chest, not the lungs, what's in it, but it rules the stomach though. So you need to watch what you eat during Cancer season. Okay, you need to watch what you eat, what you ingest, what you put in your body. Don't get into bad habits with your diet because that could backfire on you in like some ugly ways. If you have Leo on the 6th house cusp, Leo rules the heart. It also rules the back. So, and it also rules the hair. So those are areas where you can, have a little issues going on or something, back pain. You may focus more on your hair, or notice like maybe your hair isn't as healthy during that time and you need to step up your little regimen. You know what I mean? You may have to, the heart is something major. I wouldn't say every single year. If you have a pre-existing heart condition or something that, during Leo season, during Leo season, you will need to monitor it a lot more closely, I would say. But yeah, you just may have some annoyances with those areas of the body. If you have Virgo here, it's the intestines. Watch what you eat. It's also allergies, sinuses, all that shit. If you have Libra here, it's your kidneys. You may notice that you can be more susceptible to like kidney stones. You can get dehydrated very easily. You need to drink more water during that time. UTIs, you can be more susceptible to as well. Drink more cranberry juice and all of that, right? If it's Scorpio rules the genitalia. So if you have Scorpio on the 6th house cusp, you may be more susceptible to, number one, STDs. Watch yourself, okay? But also things like cysts, either internal or external, on your genitalias. Okay, like the ones that are not STD related, you know what I'm saying? The ones that you just get them or whatever. Issues with your menstrual cycle if you're a female, may be aggravated at that time, stuff like that. If you're a guy, I don't really know what guy problems are down there. Not very much. What can be aggravated just like during this temporary time period. But just watch yourself, male or female, whatever you classify yourself as. Keep yourself extra clean in those areas during that time. Scorpio rules the excretory system, meaning when you eliminate waste from your body, it can rule the colon. So, your colon health, you may need to pay more attention to that during Scorpio season. And watch what you eat. You may have issues with, I know this is gross, but hey, we're talking about health here. Like constipation and stuff like that. If you have Scorpio on the 6th, you need to really watch that stuff during 6th house season. Maybe do some detox diets or methods or something a little extra. If you have Sag on the 6th house cusp, Sagittarius rules the liver, it rules the thighs, it rules the hips, and it rules the booty. All right. The physical booty, like on the outside, not what goes on the inside. That's Scorpio. Anyway, liver health, very important. Maybe if you're sensitive there and you have Sag on the sixth house cusp, you know, don't drink a lot. Don't go on any drinking binges. It may be harder for you to recover for them. For example, if you have pre-existing conditions with your liver, they could be aggravated or activated during Sag season. I also know that Sagittarius rules like the sciatic nerve or something like that. All Sages have an issue. Not all 100%, but like I know a lot of Sages and they all complain about that sciatic thing or whatever. Oh, sorry. They all have some sort of issue there. So that could be aggravated during that time. Watch yourself for like hip injuries, thigh, injuries or bruises or stuff like that during this time, I guess. If you have Capricorn on the sixth house cusp, you need to, Capricorn rules the skin, it rules the joints, the bones, the teeth, your skeletal system, very basically. So yeah, maybe your joints, it rules the knees. Capricorn rules the knees too. Your teeth, maybe you might have aggravations with your teeth during that time. Your knees may start snap, crackle, pop, and your joints in general may bother you, stuff like that. The skin, you may have skin sensitivities. You may need to watch what you put on your skin extra if you have Capricorn here. Because maybe eczema, Capricorn rules having issues like eczema and stuff like that. So that could be aggravated during the season of your sixth house. Aquarius, if you have Aquarius on the sixth house, Aquarius rules nerves, like the nervous system, but also the calves and the what the hell is that called, like your calves and stuff, and your shins. So I guess maybe watch for like injuries there, or if you're susceptible to getting those like Charlie horse things, like especially if you are in the middle of the night, you sleep and then you stretch and then you get one of those motherfucking like cramp things, man. Oh my gosh. I'm not an Aquarius per se, but I have Uranus in the first house. The first house rules the body. That's another thing I'm going to talk about very briefly. So yeah, basically like Aquarius, Uranus rules Aquarius. So Aquarius issues, I can have those, unfortunately, physically. Yes, I easily get those stupid ass cramp things while I'm sleeping peacefully, and then I decide to stretch and then bam, oh my gosh, it feels like hell. So yeah, but also like nerves, being very nervy, like just out of the blue having jolts of nervousness and stuff, during the season of your sixth house if it's an Aquarius. And lastly, if your sixth house cusp is Pisces, Pisces rules like sinus problems and being congested and stuff like that. Pisces also rules the feet. But some say Pisces can be associated with like hormonal issues. I would maybe possibly, but I know Scorpio can be associated with stuff like that too. So maybe those issues could be aggravated. You need to watch your feet, maybe your foot health. You need to watch out for injury if Mars is transiting Pisces, especially. But if it's like other planets, maybe you need to watch out for what you put in and on your body, because you could be more sensitive, like your skin could be sensitive and absorb chemicals and aggravate you. Just in general, Pisces on the 6th, yeah, you could be also more susceptible to like colds and flus and congestion, sinus problems, like I mentioned earlier. Okay, so that's just a brief touching on that. And if it's the season of your 12th house, also look to the 12th house cusp, I guess, to see what sign is on there. But I find that just it's more general with the 12th, just from what I've studied so far with astrology and health. It's more general. Like, you could just be more susceptible to getting sick, okay, like in general. Watch who you're around. Really protect yourself. Nowadays, like as I'm recording this, in the days of and times of the Rona, there's extra sanitizer and hand washing, this and that, and masks and gloves and all that shit being enforced. So yeah, when it's the season of your 12th house, especially, take advantage of all that stuff. All right, seriously. Just your vitality can be dissolved, like I mentioned earlier. Okay. Now, lastly, let's just talk about the first house. The first house is the physical body itself. Okay. So whenever you have planets transiting your first that are malefics, meaning ones that aggravate you, like Mars, maybe Saturn, cruel planets, quote unquote, Neptune even, and Uranus, you need to be careful with your health during those periods. But you see, those are a little bit longer transits. Mars will stay in a sign for like a month or two, unless he's retro. And when Mars is in your first house, you could be more susceptible to rashes, fevers, because Mars rules heat, right? It rules fire. So rashes, fevers, injuries, burns, on your body, stuff like that. Just injuries in general. You need to be careful. When you have the sun transiting the first, that's more of a benefic. Jupiter could be a benefic, but he can make you fat. All right. When he transits your first house, your ascendant sign, he can make you gain hella weight. And Jupiter rules the liver. So you can have issues with that, or you can overindulge in food, drink, for some people, drugs, alcohol, whatever. When Jupiter transits your sign, it can go either way. Okay. Venus here is good. Mercury here doesn't really do much in general. He can maybe make you have allergies or something, sneezing a little bit more. But yeah, like Saturn in the first, that's a 2-year transit. Uranus in the first, that's 7 years. Neptune in the first is like roughly around 14 years. So those are longer term. So it's maybe a little harder to notice changes in your health with those in particular because of the long transits. But you do have to watch your health more, okay, when you have planets transiting your first house like those. All right. Excuse me. So now just to briefly go over the signs that will be on each house cusp in general according to your ascendant sign. And you guys know that I use Placidus, which is the division of the chart, and the house is based on your exact birth time. So sometimes it could be a little different than whole sign, but I also use whole sign, which is a traditional order of the zodiac, no matter what time or no matter how the sky is divided up via the Placidus house system with your exact birth time. It's just based on your rising sign in general, right? So if you are an Aries rising, you have Virgo on the 6th house cusp, okay? Or Virgo is the 6th sign from you, and you just are more susceptible to Virgo type issues. The ones that I mentioned earlier. Could be allergies, could be digestive health and stuff like that. If you are a Taurus rising, your 6th house cusp will be in Libra. It's in Libra. So you could be more susceptible to Libra issues. And Tauruses, yeah, you need to drink more water. Make sure you're not dehydrated. Take those cranberry pills or drink cranberry juice or whatever's during Libra season. Okay. If you are a Gemini rising, your 6th house is Scorpio. So Geminis, listen, I know you guys like variety. Variety is the spice of life, and you guys like to get around, okay? Just like Tupac, he was a Gemini sun. What was that song that he did? I Get Around. Yeah, that's a Gemini theme song right there. All right. And if you're a Gemini, oh my God, I'm so loyal. Okay, good for you. All right. Maybe you got some Cancer or something in your chart that keeps you loyal. But in general, Geminis, they can get around. Notorious for that. Okay, can't deny it. Your sixth house of health is Scorpio. You guys need to protect yourself. All right. And if you're not, if you're not hopping around out there, hopping and humping around, just in general, take care of that area of your body and your excretory system. Like I said, watch what you're eating during that time. Okay. If you are a Cancer rising, your sixth house cusp is Sagittarius. So liver issues, anything that can aggravate your liver, you need to watch out for. And if you are physically active, or, even if you're not super active, the sciatic nerve or whatever, however you can pull that or irritate that or whatever the hell, make sure you're not doing that shit. All right. If you're a Leo rising, your sixth house is Capricorn. So Leo risings, definitely need to take care of your teeth, your bones, your skin. Make sure you're taking enough calcium. You're taking care of your teeth and all of that. Your toofuses, you know what I'm saying? Leos, make sure you guys are more susceptible to illnesses that have to do with those areas of the body. Okay. If you are a Virgo rising, your sixth house cusp is Aquarius. So like I said earlier, nervous system, calves, shins, watch out for the injuries with those. Pisces risings have their sixth house cusp is no, sorry, I'm not on Pisces. I'm on Libra. My bad. It's late at night, y'all. Sorry. Libra risings, your sixth house cusp is Pisces. There we go. I got it backwards. My bad. So Libra risings, you guys need to take care of the Pisces areas of your body. Of course, your feet. Some people get stuff like athlete's foot and, grody things with their feet and shit like that. So if you're a Libra rising, during Pisces season, take extra care of your feet if you're susceptible to stuff like that. But other than that, it could be like congestion and things, so that's for Libra risings. If you're a Scorpio rising, your sixth house cusp is Aries. As I gave myself as an example earlier, Aries rules the head, those motherfucking headaches and migraines, y'all. Scorpios, just Aries season will really, it can really set off those ugly ass migraines. So take care of that. Okay. If you're a Sagittarius rising, your sixth house cusp is Taurus. So Sag risings are more susceptible to throat issues, issues with your mouth, and maybe with overeating and stuff like that too. Okay. If you are a Capricorn rising, your sixth house cusp is Gemini. So Cap risings are also susceptible to allergy issues and, allergy season really can get to Capricorn risings, unfortunately. And your lungs in general, your ability to breathe. Okay. Your lungs in general, if you have issues there, take care of them extra during the time. If you are an Aquarius rising, your sixth house is Cancer. So yes, the breasts, if you are a woman, right? But also your stomach. So watch what you ingest and what you're eating during that time. And if you are a Pisces rising, your sixth house is Leo. It's Leo. So the heart. Pisces risings need to take care of their heart health. Watch your cholesterol, watch your this, your that, but it rules the back also. So, take care of those areas of your body. Oh, and your hair, your mane, you know what I'm saying? Take extra care of those areas for Pisces risings. Okay. Not really going to go over the 12th house. This is already getting long enough, but it's the opposite of whatever's on your sixth house cusp. You guys can, I'm sure my Patreon peoples, you guys already know how to look at your natal chart. So you already know what's the deal with what sign is in what house. But of course, if you have any questions, you can drop them below this video and I can answer them. at my earliest availability. Let's just say that. But yeah, hopefully this gives a little tidbit of information, about astrology and health for those who didn't know. Your season of the sickness, okay? Really pay attention to that, especially during these times. Everybody and anybody can catch the Rona, I guess. But if you follow when planets are transiting through the sign that is in your sixth house, maybe you can guard yourself up a little bit extra with the Rona and with anything and everything, with health. um, Keep your immunity boosted up, you know what I'm saying? I recommend drinking like a turmeric tea, drinking hot water with lemon or warm water with lemon, and or apple cider vinegar mixed in a little bit. Stuff like that can help keep your immunity up. But I am no doctor, okay? I'm no medical professional, no health professional, but I do know some motherfucking astrology, okay? And I am a sixth houser. I have the sun and Mars here, technically in my sixth house. So, health, yeah, I pay attention. I've been always so super consciously aware of like health and sickness and stuff, by nature, because I embody sixth house energy. So we see, life through that filter very easily. So that's it, you guys. If you have any questions, like I said, drop them and I will answer them accordingly. And stay healthy out there, stay safe and sane during this crazy time period that we are living through right now in this lifetime. And yeah, just take care of yourselves, and I'll see you guys in the next one. All right, peace.